everyone, welcome back to Watch It Paint It, and this week we're going to be opening a brand new model box. So I'm going to hand you over to Ben, who's going to explain a bit more about what model box is.
Hey guys, I am here. That was Emily. So Emily is a brand new miniature painter who's just started painting with us and just trying out some things, and she was asking me about getting hold of some miniatures to practice with, and I was like, hey, you know what, I get this MODELBOX subscription every month. For you guys out there who don't know what MODELBOX is, it is a subscription based service, very, very similar to Loot Crate. I will leave some links in the description below, which A, go back to the first video where I explain it a lot more, B, go to the site so you can check it out yourselves, and C, there's a discount. If you guys want about 10% off, if I recall correctly, the code is in the comments below. Now this arrives every month, and it's jam-packed with miniature goodies, including miniatures, which is perfect for somebody looking for some miniatures to practice on, and it also comes with things like paint and hobby tools.
So this is really cool because I've never really painted before, so it's good to see a sort of variety bucket of what we've got.
Oh, it's definitely a variety bucket. So, you opened that while I was still chin-wagging.
Sorry,
but
I've whipped out the card.
Okay. It's okay, we're in. So Emily knew to take out the card. She must have watched enough of these unboxing videos in the past to know. I don't want to spoil it for you guys. I don't want you guys seeing what's in the box before I painstakingly and slowly reveal the content. So we're going to move through. Go on, we'll start now. Let's see what we've got. Let's see what. So, this is quite handy. So if you've been watching the channel, and it might not even be out on the channel yet, so I might be talking about things you can't possibly know, but we've been making some Games Workshop sprues. Keep it on camera, Emily. Where are you going? we've been building some miniatures because I've been slowly starting to get into a little bit into 40k, Warhammer 40k, and you have to build the miniatures. What is this sorcery, this witchcraft that you have to do? So it's quite nice to see a sprue in here, and it looks like some soldiers. So, I forgot to mention, and I was saying this just before we started filming, that this is the first time a model box has come out, and I'm preemptively expecting to sadly be a little bit disappointed, and that's just because they reveal the theme. It is revolution, what? And it came with a French flag, so I feel like it's going to be war-based, and I'm not a fan of war. I'm not down with it unless it's in the far-off, distant future with ray guns. Then yeah, so I'm just expecting to be a little bit disappointed, but I'm quite excited to see a sprue get a little bit of practice, including for Emily. She gets to do some cutting, some chopping, some gluing.
Yeah, so I think the only thing I've really done before is Airfix models. So I think these are quite similar in that they come in the same sort of a frame, but it's a lot more small and fiddly. And obviously these bayonets, I'm a bit worried about bending those and snapping those off. So be interesting to see how that goes.
Get a bit of practice. So these looks like some soldiers from French Revolution?
Might be. Let's have a look at the other half, see if that has any clues.
Oh, it's been cut into half for packaging.
For transport.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Takes up less space. And
so this is the British infantry. So
Ooh.
Are we thinking red coats?
That wasn't the French Revolution.
No.
Could be though. That's the only British infantry I know.
Yeah.
maybe they were in the French Revolution. What's Sharp? Is he?
He was the other one.
Oh.
Napoleonic.
Okay.
I think.
Oh, okay. That's all that I think of when red coats, but it is good to say in the instructions that we just tossed to the side at the beginning of the video, so we'll find out. But that looked like 12 British infantry soldiers, so bayonets and rifles there, and different sculpts by the look of it. It looks like several different heads.
Yeah. So
six of one, 4 of another, 2 of another, maybe slightly different weapons as well, but it looks like the same rifle to me, but maybe I'm just a bit too far away. But
I think we've definitely got more heads than bodies, so I think it's a sort of a
you get
mix and match, maybe.
Oh, I can see 12 bodies over both sprues. I don't think you can count.
Yeah, but I can see more than 12 heads.
Oh, I can't see the rest of the heads. Oh yeah, there's loads of heads. maybe they've all got 2 heads.
Who can't count?
I can't see half of them. That's the problem.
Oh, I see.
And then what else do we have? We have
some sort of Pixar animated grass colour here.
That's super bright. Some static grass, some flock. That's the word I was looking for. So, that's funny. I don't have any bright grass. That looks like a spring variation, and it looks incredibly bright. My stuff's all dead. I like to build dead battlefields. Now, it's 2mm, and I'd love to tell Emily why it's 2mm, but I don't know myself. So somebody's going to have to let us know in the comments below why 2mm, why not 5mm. I'm sure my other stuff's 5mm. Now, obviously, I understand it's shorter pieces of grass. I just don't know why you choose 2 over 5 and when to apply one size over the other.
Oh, that'd be interesting to find out. It gives sort of a more cartoony colour palette as well, I think.
Some grass is that bright and green.
Yeah, no, well, I mean, it does say spring grass, so...
I think we're just too used to the British weather of just flooded fields and killed grass, but that's what it's supposed to look like come spring. So you're also, and I think with MODELBOX it's always 2 paints. I think over the past year or so, I can't even remember how long I've been getting MODELBOX, a long time, but I think it's always 2 paints, and this time you're getting, looks like Vallejo's, 2 of Vallejo's range, which is one of the bigger companies I think in paint. Sort of, I always think of Citadel, Army Paint and Vallejo, so this time you're getting a couple of Vallejo's. This is dark red, which might be handy if they are the red coats, I guess. Maybe that's why it's red.
That's always handy when they give you a paint for your job.
Yeah. Sometimes I do think the colours are very, very aimed at helping know what colours to paint them. So I do think George at MODELBOX does a good job in picking colours of relevance. So yeah, I've got a bunch of Vallejo paints, but I haven't got the model colour. I use the game colour, so it'd be interesting to see what the differences are in these.
They're relatively easy for me to work with as a beginner, do you think, or are these something to work way up to?
I think they are probably fine for a beginner. I've not noticed a paint being better for a beginner than another, but the game colour range that I've got do have a funny texture, I find, and I think it's probably something to do with the fact you can use them as a primer and a base coat sort of all in one, and I just feel it feels a little bit gritty almost on the end of the brush, but could be in my imagination just because I use the Army Painter paints primarily, and it's just when you notice a slight difference. So these will be handy. I mean, I haven't got a dark red and then pastel blue. I've got more Army Painter blues than I could ever want. So this is handy. This is another bonus of these subscription boxes. Emily's going to be able to have her first paint. It will be pastel blue. There's going to be a lot of blue monsters coming.
I suppose one of the good things about these variety boxes is that you don't necessarily get things that you would always pick up, so you get an opportunity to try something else.
You do. I've got many paints I would never have bought or never even heard of. That's one of these great draws actually of the subscription boxes. You just find things you've never heard of. I wouldn't ever have known to find out. I've never heard of Serious Play who make that static grass there, and now I use quite a few of their products. They make quite a lot of flowery, well, it's not flock, like tufts, flowery tufts, which I've never seen before, and I just not heard of the company. And MODELBOX is the only reason I've heard of them.
Oh, that was really good then. So what else have we got? Oh, we've got a sweetie.
Or candy to you in the States, but yeah, a sweetie, only one, and that looks like chewy as anything. That is going to be given away to Emily, Sophie, or Benson. They can fight for it in sort of battle royale style. It's
quite squidgy in the current weather that we're having as well. So.
Oh, nice, sweaty sweeties.
I think you might be finding that stepped into the carpet at some point.
We've got a whole bunch. Oh, this says what's on it.
This is a Napoleonic French late line infantry command pack.
So again, that's not the French Revolution. This is just going to be me showing how little I know about war or history, unfortunately. But I'm pretty sure that's not the Revolution. So
no. So I think that's sort of Battle of Waterloo.
Yes. Kind of, is that sharp? That was sharp, right?
Yes.
I'm sure the latest ones that came out was Battle of Waterloo. So these are metal miniatures.
Okay, I'm going to open them the other way around so I don't fall out.
That's another thing I've discovered with MODELBOX. So the only reason I've ever had a metal miniature is through MODELBOX, and it's just a different medium to paint on. You might have to put your hand behind that because it is so reflective. But that looks fairly detailed. It's so difficult to see on metal because it's just reflecting the light so well. But off camera in our eyes, that looks pretty detailed. I'd like to see that painted up. It's got a big axe.
It's nice and sort of tactile and textured, so...
Oh, yes.
Imagine once it's painted.
Feel very, very different, especially when painting them, just the sheer weight, and it feels like you've got a lot more miniature in your hand than you actually do.
Yeah.
So I like to tell myself.
Oh, we've got a drummer. Right, little drummer boy.
The drummer, so plenty of troops here if you're interested in the wars and our history, then yeah, soldiers galore in this pack. So what else do we have? 6 of those.
We've got 6 of those, yeah.
And then last but not least, no, there's 2 things in there. Last but not least is...
I don't know. But it's packed by Tina C.
Thank you, Tina C. That's much appreciated. What is that? Wow.
It's fantastic.
So we'll have to look at the end, and we'll have to look at the card, because I don't know what that is. I am I'm stumped.
It does say any questions, ask our customer service, so maybe that's the
we
first.
may be in contact. Tina C will be with you shortly. But that's Warland Games, so that's the same guys that made those metal soldiers. So, and last but not least, and with MODELBOX they always include a Rocks the MODELBOX Fox, and this is this month, and that does look.
It is exclusive.
Yes, they are exclusive. You can only get them from MODELBOX, and then sort of designed, created, produced, everything by MODELBOX themselves, and you get one each time that matches the theme, and this time it is Revolution, and he looks like Napoleon Bonaparte, right?
Yeah.
Like that. Wow, that looks awesome. Okay, I'm sold on this one.
Cool little foxy dude.
As much as I might not like war, I definitely like foxes, and I definitely like a fox in uniform.
Oh yeah.
So sorry, Emily, you will not be having this one. I might be painting that momentarily. Hopefully he comes. He needs blue or red. I don't even know what colour his uniform was.
Well, I suppose it'd be in blue.
Blue. Coming up. Probably in about the next hour and a half, I'll be painting this one. That's awesome. I love it when the fox I just have to paint straight away. I think it shows more than words can say. Like this will not be the first MODELBOX Fox I've painted within minutes of opening the box. You just have to find some time, sit down, and get him done. And this is definitely up there. So that's it, guys. It's everything.
Yeah.
It's the lot.
There's everything.
As I mentioned, links are in the description below if you want to check this out. Do leave Emily thank you, well done, clap clap in the comments below. And yeah, if you want that discount, it will be, if it's not flashing up on your screen, it will be in the comments below and help yourselves. Thank you all ever so much for watching, and we'll catch you again. Whoa. Forgot the card, guys. We will just quickly flick through because I want to know what that piece of metal was more than anything. So that is a Rocks Bonaparte, awesome, as we guessed, static grasp, but it doesn't say why you choose 2mm over 5mm. I would actually like to know that. Leave that in the comments below. Next month is NAM, so again it's a bit war related, but a bit more modern war, a little bit like I know where Vietnam is, which helps.
You don't know where France is?
I know where France is, but I don't know, because this is just revolution. I don't know if that's necessarily saying the French Revolution.
No.
Whereas NAM's pretty definitely going to be Vietnam and the war. So we'll find out next month. And then yeah, some British French Napoleonic command. So we got the French one, and then that is the American War One, British infantry. That's the War of Independence, isn't it? Yeah. So they were red coats because we got the British ones. Yes, so red coats for us and a couple of Leo paints. It doesn't say what that random piece of metal is for.
No.
So we may contact Tina C, but if you guys just know, let us know in the comments below. Much appreciated knowing what that's for, because it looks interesting. I'm sure it's not. Somebody's going to be like, it's a piece of metal for poking holes or something. But we'll find out. Anyway, guys, thank you all ever so much for watching. We'll see you again soon.